Yo, what is up guys, my name is Zach, hope you're all having a fantastic day and welcome to the Day 4 recap of the 2017 NBA playoffs. Well, as I'm sure you all know by now, and if not, we will talk about it later on in today's video, but the Boston Celtics have just now fallen to 0-2 against the 8th seeded Chicago Bulls, meaning that if Boston loses their next game in Chicago, it's pretty much a wrap for the Celtics as they will now be down 0-3. As you can guess, this has left the Boston Celtics fans and players a bit uneasy. I mean, you had A.V. Bradley saying that he could hear Rondo saying that the Boston Celtics players had given up.
Our team, I've looked around and a few times in the game, you know, guys were putting their heads down and I think getting down on ourselves, but as a team, we have to stay together. The other team is looking at that. You know, they're using that as motivation for themselves, and I could even hear Rondo like, yeah, they gave up, but we never can let a team see that.
And then you had Marcus Smart flipping off a fan after he missed a shot in the fourth quarter.
Then Smart misses, looks over at the sideline, and well, this is no good. Things becoming unraveled.
And then last but not least, you get Al Horford tweeting out this: "Going through some adversity as a group, we are staying strong. Go Celtics." To which the fans responded to him by saying, "Please show us and stop telling us. Send the message to the rest of the team as well. Al, the cliches are getting old. It's been all talk and no action. Something has to change. Bro, you need to be on Lopez and stop him from rebounding. Try rebounding. Play like you care. Donate your next paycheck to the fans that bought tickets to game 2. Yeah, the fans aren't necessarily happy either. And according to Al Horford's tweet, everything doesn't seem like it's okay in the C's locker room. The Celtics are a team that need their chemistry to be 100% clicking. The more in tune they are as a group, the better they will play, because the pieces they have on the team alone, outside of Isaiah Thomas, can't do much by themselves at all. So they really need each other to operate at their full potential. That being said though, I'd expect Boston to come out swinging in game 3 because it really is a must win. With the way he played in the first game against the Blazers, you would think that Kevin Durant was at full strength. I mean, he had what, like 32 points and 10 rebounds and 60% shooting from the field? Seems like a pretty healthy stat line to me. But that might not be the case, as after the game he was complaining of cramping, and now apparently he has a strained calf and is listed as questionable for tonight's game against the Blazers. Head coach of the Warriors Steve Kerr is still optimistic about Durant's chances, even if he doesn't play today, of at least playing at some point in the series once again.
When did it really start to bother? When did he notice it bothering him more?
I didn't hear about it till after the game, so not sure if he felt it, you know, at the end of the game, or if he felt it after. I'm not sure.
The expectation is he comes back for the series, though, right?
Oh yeah. That's fully the expectation, but you got to be careful with this stuff too. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow.
And a strained calf is nothing to panic over, right now at least. But it's still something that you want to monitor and make sure that it's 100% healed before he takes the court again. Good news for the Warriors though is they had that great streak without Durant towards the end of the season when he was out with an injured MCL. So they know how to play without him for a bit if they need to. But still, I'm sure they prefer him to be on the court helping them instead of on the sidelines cheering for them. That wraps up all the news. Now let's hop over into the games from last night. Of course, I'm going to get this one out the way first since I kind of already talked about it. But like I said in the beginning of the video, the Bulls got the win over Boston, are now 2-0 in the series. And if the rumors are true, and the Bulls are the gods of NBA TNT basketball, and it's not looking too good for Boston or any team that the Bulls play in the playoffs for that matter up until the finals in Chicago, has now won its past 21 games when they were aired on TNT. This team was literally built for playoff basketball somehow. 111-97 was the final score, and playoff Rondo is also a thing too. He had a pretty solid game his first outing of the series, but this game, he was looking like the old Rondo when he was back in Boston. Floor general status, only 11 points, but he was never known for his scoring. What he was known for though were those 14 assists, 9 rebounds, and 5 steals that he also had last night. Only Just if only he played like this every single game, the Bulls would have been much, much better than the AC. But the only reason they made it to the AC at all this year was because of Jimmy Butler. So you already know that he's always going to have a great game, and yesterday was no exception as he had 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Wade also had 22 points, Lopez had 18, and Paul Zipser had 16 off the bench. Isaiah Thomas did score 20 for Boston, but they had to do a better job at stopping Rondo. You're not going to stop Butler or Wade when he has going, but the big problem is Rondo. If he has going, if he turns into General Rondo like he did last night, then that means you're no longer stopping anyone, because he is going to put guys in a position to score no matter who they are. This game pretty much felt like game 7 for Toronto. If they were to lose this one and go down 0-2 to the Bucks, I think most people would have been just about ready to say this series was over. And in order for that to happen, they would need Kyle Lowry to play like regular season Kyle Lowry and not whoever that was on the court that went 2 of 11 for 4 points in the first game. And Lowry was back to regular season Lowry last night, scoring 22 points, including hitting a step back 3 dagger with 8 seconds left in the game to seal the deal and give Toronto the 106-100 win to even the series at 1 game apiece. That game 1 might have just been the wake-up call that he needed. And of course, DeRozan got his buckets too. He had 23 and Ibaka had 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. If you're a Bucks fan though, you guys should really be proud of how this team has performed so far in the playoffs. Toronto is by far the more experienced team, but you guys aren't backing down. Giannis most definitely isn't backing down as he had another monster game of 24 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, while Middleton chipped in 20 and Monroe had 18 off the bench. They now take the fight to Milwaukee for the next 2 games. Realistically, the Clippers were in the same boat as the Raptors last night. Lose, and pretty much everyone loses faith in you. Even more so since the Jazz were still without one of their best players in Rudy Gobert. Yep, Gobert set this one out too after being injured in the first play of the first game on Sunday. And like I said in yesterday's video, it takes a full 48 minutes of playing your best basketball regardless of who's injured and who isn't if you want to win in the playoffs. And the Jazz played well, except in the first quarter, and that was part of the difference in the game as they lose 99-91 in the Clippers, even the series at 1 game apiece. Notice though how I said part of the difference. The other difference definitely would have been Rudy Gobert, as it was clear from the very beginning that the Clippers were looking to take full advantage of the fact that the Jazz were without their rim protector as they annihilate Utah in the paint 60-38. We all know that if Gobert was there, no team is scoring even close to 60 in the paint against the Jazz. But he wasn't, and LA took advantage. Lob City was in full effect last night with Griffin scoring 24, DeAndre Jordan having 18 points and 15 rebounds. And you already know that when DJ scores that many points, that CP3 was involved in just about all of them as he had 21 points and 10 assists. Gordon Hayward had 20 for the Jazz, who will now look to bounce back in Utah. And that wraps up all the action for the day 4 recap of the 2017 NBA playoffs, and now it's time to get into the player of the day. Yesterday, you guys selected LeBron James and his 25 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 blocks, and 4 steals as your player of the day, and here are today's nominees. You have Rajon Rondo and his 11 points, 14 assists, 9 rebounds, and 5 steals. Jimmy Butler and his 22 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals. Kyle Lowry and his 22 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Chris Paul and his 21 points and 10 assists, or DeAndre Jordan and his 18 points and 15 rebounds. As always, you guys can go vote for the player of the day right now by following the straw poll link down in the description box below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe to stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA. And until tomorrow, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!